Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Leach, back here with another reaction video. We got a blockbuster trade alert. The Boston Red Sox have traded Rafi Devers to the San Francisco Giants out of nowhere, bro. I did not see this coming. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I know there's been some issues with Devers this season with the Red Sox. You know, he didn't want to play first base. He didn't. He wanted to play third base, and they wouldn't let him to let Bregman. And he didn't want a DH, but you know that's ultimately where he has played this season as a DH. But yeah, let's get right into it though.
We now welcome in CBS Sports national baseball reporter Jolene McWilliams, who's been all over this report, and it's been a controversial few months for Rafael Devers in Boston, dating back to spring training and that move to DH. Here's what he had to say in spring training when he was asked about the move.
So are you saying if they ask you to DH, you won't do it?
No.
Can you expand on that? I mean, like,
I play third.
sorry, just to back up.
What if they insist you have to DH?
No.
Even if they insist?
No.
What about first base?
No.
Like I've been saying, it's my position, and I'm not just going to change on a whim like that.
Julian, no means no, but I want you to tell us why this shocking deal came together.
I think the fallout for Devers started even before that. It started in when they went after Bregman in the first place. They didn't communicate that Rafael Devers that they were going after Alex Bregman, and then when it happened, he figured he would move to second base. Alex Bregman moved to second base, and he would be at third base. And then all of a sudden, it became a thing where Alex Bregman would be the third baseman, or they thought he'd be the third baseman. So it started there from a communication level, and then it sort of ended up saying, okay, he's going to DH, he's going to do his best for the team. However, Tristan Casas then got hurt. They then asked him to play first base.
Look at them
and
ranks.
He said no. Similar answer to what he said there. He
I
said,
mean,
"You
the
guys
Giants are
basically
getting a
told me
dog,
to
bro.
throw away my glove."
And
told
you know what sucks? My bad for pausing the video, but my Guardians play the San Francisco Giants starting tonight, bro. I don't know if Devers will play tonight, but I mean, it's just perfect timing, bro, I guess.
me to
It just
that
sucks,
I
man.
couldn't field.
Because Devers
and
is
I
going
was
to be
gonna
bad,
the
bro.
DH.
He's going to be
I'm
playing
getting
angry
comfortable in
because
the
they
DH
traded
spot.
him.
I'm not going to
I'm
play
scared,
first
I'm not
base.
gonna lie.
So they've had this, spin cycle of people that have been in and out from first base, from Abraham Toro to
And
Roman
he drew
Gonzalez,
56
all guys
walks
that
this
are
season so
position
far,
players
most in
that should be
AL.
playing every day. However, the Red Sox have been put in a bad spot where they don't have a first baseman. Then and Alex Bregman's on the IL. Now they didn't have a third baseman. So it's been a really, really crazy scene of events. This for me is crazier than the Mookie Betts trade, because the Mookie Betts trade, you knew it was going down. You knew it was going to happen. The ownership made it clear they did not want to pay Mookie Betts. When the Red Sox gave Devers that deal, they were like, they're giving him the keys to the future. However, it didn't end up that way, and it's always keeps it interesting in Boston.
Okay, you brought up that Mookie Betts trade because that's now them trading two homegrown superstars. Now, Boston has plenty of young talent on the way, but how can you explain this in a positive...
Oh, here's the trade down below. So I don't know if it's been up there the whole time, but you know, if it was, I apologize. The Giants acquire star slugger Rafi Devers from Red Sox for right-hand pitcher Jordan Hicks, who's been horrible this season, bro. I'm pretty sure Jordan Hicks got moved to the bullpen, bro. Left-hand pitcher Kyle Harrison and two prospects. I mean, off of them two names, bro, I would say the Giants won the trade, bro. I mean, Rafi Devers, bro, all-star. I don't know, man. But I do understand why the Red Sox traded Devers, man. He wouldn't agree to play first base, and he didn't want a DH, but ultimately he was the DH. But yeah, it's just a lot going on in that clubhouse, disagreement, and they just blew it open. They said, Devers, you're gone.
to Red Sox fans, because you spent time out there in Boston.
Yeah, I'll say this. I think the Rafael Devers situation, he called out the GM, right? He said, I know this GM played before, or something to the effect of, I'm shocked that it just seems like he's so analytical and doesn't necessarily know what he's doing. Rafael Devers didn't say that, but he said that in a certain amount of words. He did say that. So I'm shocked. Right when I got a
I'm
text from
shocked they
somebody earlier
traded
saying
him,
like,
but
"Hey,
can you
there's going to
really
be something
blame
that's
the
going
Red
down
Sox
soon
though?
that's
I
going
mean,
to surprise you." And I thought, okay, it's
Red
maybe Jaron
Sox
Duran
or
is
not
going to
Red
get
Sox. I
traded.
mean,
Maybe they're
oh
gonna
yeah, the
send
Red
Christian
Sox.
Campbell down to the
They've
minor
had
leagues because he
enough.
hasn't
I
been playing
mean,
well. But when it came across my phone that said that Devers to the Giants, I was like, whoa, this doesn't make sense. And then you compound that with the Mookie Betts trade. Keep in mind, they didn't even re-sign Xander Bogarts. The whole reason why Rafael Devers got all that money was because they didn't sign re-sign Mookie Betts. The ownership saw that as a mistake. They failed to sign Xander Bogarts when they could have got him for 140 plus million. Xander Bogarts wanted to be a Red Sox. Xander Bogarts wanted to stay with the Red Sox. This is what Xander Bogarts is home. I think part of the reason why Xander Bogarts is struggling so much in San Diego is because he didn't want to be there necessarily.
yeah.
And then it's saying like, okay, we're gonna
Yeah,
have to give
Bogarts kind of
somebody
fell
the
off. I'm
money,
not
and
gonna
it
lie.
went
Like
on
he
Devers.
used to
So
be
now you're
really
looking at that
good, but he's just
situation and
kind of an
saying
average player now. I mean,
he would have been a DH anyway. It happened earlier than he probably
but
thought
year in
so.
year out, it's hard
But
to be a
however,
really
he
consistent
was
good
never
MLB
a good
player. I
fielder. He
mean,
was
it really
always
is.
led the majors in league. I think he led the majors with seven straight seasons in errors at third base. So ultimately, he was going to end up
But
at,
yeah,
at, at,
Devers,
at the
man.
DH spot. But I think
I'm
when he
shocked the
said,
Red Sox
"I
traded
don't
him
want to
just
play
because,
first base,"
like, it's
after the
Rafi Devers.
GM,
He's their
not
best
Alex
player.
Cora, the GM came and
But
asked him, "Hey,
at
can
a
you play
point,
first base?" And he said, "No, I'm
which
not
I don't
playing
even think
first
is
base
really
either."
Devers' fault, bro.
That's where the
Like,
fallout became an issue.
Yeah, maybe another big blow, especially just for Red Sox fans, because we talked earlier about that Mookie Betts trade and maybe some of those assets not quite living up to the hype, maybe hoping for something different this time around. But Devers joins a team with 5 Gold Glove winner Matt Chapman at the third base. He's starting a rehab assignment soon. They have an issue at first. What would you anticipate is the plan for Devers in San Francisco?
And it's not going to be third base because that's where Matt Chapman plays, and Matt Chapman is arguably
yeah,
the
Matt,
best
yeah, yo,
third
yeah,
baseman
Devers, bro. You're
defensively
not
of this
getting third, bro.
generation. I
Chill
mean,
out. Yeah,
he's
Matt
10
Chapman,
times better
that's
than Alex Bregman
that's
is
his
at
hot
third
corner,
base,
bro.
and
You're not, yeah,
Rafael
you're
Devers
not
couldn't
getting
even
that.
beat him out. I will be interested to
I
see
would
though
say first
if
base.
he would entertain a move to first base over the
Yeah,
long haul. I know that the San Francisco Giants have an issue at third base. I think they at first base they signed Dom Smith to a deal, but he's sort of not a guy that you can depend on every day to be out there.
yeah. I
He's a
think
solid
Devers
player,
should
but
be the
not a player
first
that you can
baseman.
sort of depend on as a franchise player, as a franchise pillar.
I mean, that's who they
Devers is only
traded,
28
bro.
years old. And that's the scary part about it is like if he were to get into shape because he came to camp out of shape, I think that was in part
And
because
he's
of
not
the
played
Bregman
in the field this
situation.
season,
I
which we
think the
already know
Red
that he's
Sox,
been DH
the
all
reason
year.
why, part of the reason why they didn't want to communicate this to him was because they feared that he would be that it would be an issue and he would come to camp out of shape. Well, he came to camp out of shape anyway. Look, this is the craziest deal I've ever seen in my time covering the game. And
Yeah,
I
it is
think
crazy.
if you give Devers a chance to play first base, I think he can be really good at it. I don't know if it happens this season. He might still be at the DH spot, but I think going into next season, that could be a possibility.
Okay, so with this move, do you think the Giants feel like there's now an opening to maybe chase down the Dodgers?
Oh,
Oh,
for sure. Yeah,
Like,
for
like
sure.
they
Yeah, that's not
already
even a
had the
question.
picking. They
Yeah.
already had Logan Webb
Adding
and,
Devers?
and Robbie Ray. And Robbie Ray's having one of the best seasons he's had. He's having a Cy Young type
Yeah,
season. And
Robbie
Logan
Ray's
Webb's
tough.
having a really good season. They have one of the better bullpens in baseball. The key to what the Giants do is they pitch. They've always pitched and played defense. They know they're going to do that. They've struggled with the bats. And I think Devers in the middle of that lineup is going to give them some umph that they haven't had in years.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be certainly a tough going for Red Sox fans, at least for the time
Yeah,
being,
that's
losing
tough.
another one of their superstars, and Giants looking to catch some ground against the Dodgers. Julian, we appreciate you stopping by with the insight. Thank you so much. And here's the updated odds.
We don't care about the
Julian,
odds for the
we appreciate
World
you stopping
Series,
by
respectfully.
with the insight.
We're only in
Giants looking
June,
to
but yeah. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. What do y'all think about this trade? I mean, you can't really blame the Boston Red Sox. It falls on the blame of the Red Sox and Devers. Like, it's a two-sided thing because the Red Sox brought in Alex Bregman without telling Rafi Devers. They never told him about it, and then he's just there. And Devers is expecting to play third base while he thought Bregman was gonna be the second baseman, and Bregman ended up being at third base. That was the Red Sox fault, man. They put themselves into that, bro, and made Devers mad. And yeah, I don't blame Devers, bro. That's his position. But at a certain point, Devers, bro, you should have just, either played first base. But yeah, I get why, you were mad at him, and the Red Sox had enough, bro. They traded him to the Giants, and, they get back Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, and 2 prospects. I think the Giants win this trade because you have a lineup of Jung-Hoo Lee. Now you got Rafi Devers. You got Matt Chapman when he comes back. You got what the hell yet Ramos in that lineup. I mean, like that lineup is gonna be so much better. You got Tyler Fitzgerald. You got that lineup's gonna be nasty, bro. And Jordan Hicks has been a bum this season. And then they get Kyle Harrison and 2 prospects. So you better hope the 2 prospects are really good because Jordan Hicks, if he could figure it out, he could be really good. But he's been horrible this season. But yeah, Rafi Devers is a San Francisco Giant. I'm blown away, bro. Who saw this coming, bro? But that's gonna do it for this reaction, though. Make sure y'all subscribe, like the video, and I'm out. Peace.